Hello friends, till now we have studied that aldehyde or a ketone, that is carbonyl compound, they upon oxidation gives corresponding either acid or a ester via Beer-Williger oxidation process, whereas they upon reduction they either give primary alcohol or a secondary alcohol. It means that carbonyl compound give their corresponding product upon oxidation and reduction. Then the question arises in front of us is that can we convert this carbonyl compound, that is carbon double bond oxygen, into a carbon double bond carbon? It is quite different than reduction and oxidation. Here, this oxygen is replaced by a carbon, that is carbonyl compound is converted into the alkenes, or it is a substituted alkene. And the question answer for this question is the Wittig reaction. Yes, we can convert this carbonyl compound into the alkenes via Wittig reaction. So in this lecture we will discuss a Wittig reaction in a detail, and in that we are going to study general reaction, then how the Wittig reagent is prepared, how the Wittig reaction occurs, and what are the intermediates they are produced in the Wittig reaction, the stereochemistry of the products, on which factor it depends, and finally we will go through the application of this Wittig reaction. So by understanding this Wittig reaction, one can able to convert any carbonyl compound into the substituted alkene. So let's start with the general reaction of. So the general reaction, for that purpose I will write here R is attached with the carbonyl group and there is a R dash. There are two different either alkyl groups or aryl groups, and when it reacts with ethereal solution of the Wittig reagent, that is PH3P double bond CH2. It is a simplest Wittig reagent and it is called as a triphenyl phosphorane. In presence of ether as a solvent, it is converted into carbon double bond carbon and remaining as it is, plus triphenyl phosphine oxide. This is the general reaction of Wittig, in which it is clear that this oxygen is replaced by this CH2 group and we get a substituted alkene and triphenyl phosphine oxide, and this reagent is called as Wittig reagent. Now when I replace this R group by phenyl, that is PH C double bond O PH plus triphenyl phosphorate, that is Wittig reagent in ether, we get this type of product plus triphenyl phosphine oxide. So the benzophenone, it is the benzophenone, it is a Wittig reagent, and by reaction of Wittig reagent with the benzophenone in a ether, this benzophenone is converted into the alkene. In this way, the Wittig reaction occurs in presence of ether by the addition of Wittig reagent to the corresponding aldehyde or a ketone. Now this Wittig reagent is very much important in the Wittig reaction, and for this purpose we have to study how the Wittig reagent is prepared And what are the characteristics of this Wittig reagent? Simplest structure of the Wittig reagent is the PH3P is attached with the CH2. It is the simplest Wittig reagent. And another example of the Wittig reagent, we can write PH3P double bond C. Here hydrogen they may be replaced by alkyl or aryl group. That's why I can write here R and R dash. In this way, we can write a different structure of the Wittig reagent. So the name of this Wittig reagent is alkylidene or arylidene. If the group is replaced by alkyl, then it is alkylidene, and if there is a presence of aryl group, then it is a arylidene. So we can write here alkylidene or arylidene, depending upon the which groups are present on the carbon. Triphenyl phosphorane. Triphenyl phosphorane. This is the name of this Wittig reagent, alkylidene or arylidene triphenyl phosphorane, or it is simply called as a phosphorane or phosphorus ylides. Phosphorus ylides. Why it is called as a ylide? Because it has a resonating form like this. It undergoes resonance and it will show PH3P single bond CH2. Here there is a negative charge, here there is a positive charge. It is the resonating form of this Wittig reagent, and there are two charges, plus 1 and minus 1. That's why this compound is called as a ylides. And this is the structure of Wittig reagent, and it is called as a alkylidene or arylidene triphenyl phosphorane or phosphorus ylides. Then how it is prepared? The preparation process is quite simple, in which we have to use uh, alkyl halides and some bases like phenyl lithium, that is C6H5Li, or butyl lithium or sodamine. These bases, these are the strong bases that are used in this preparation. The preparation of Wittig reagent involves the reaction of uh, trialkyl or triaryl phosphine with alkyl halide, that is here we take CH3Br in presence of ether. The reaction of trialkyl or triaryl phosphine with alkyl halide, it will generate this type of phosphorium salt, that is positively charged, and then here it is negatively charged of Br. It is called as a phosphorium salt. It is phosphine. It may be a trialkyl or triaryl. Here there is a presence of phenyl group, therefore it is a triphenyl phosphine and methyl bromide. On the reaction, in presence of ether, it gives phosphorium salt, and when this phosphorium salt is treated with the strong base like phenyl lithium or butyl lithium or sodamide, it gives corresponding Wittig reagent. So I will write the base here, here C6H5Li. What happens? This C6H5Li, it abstracts the hydrogen from this methyl group, and lithium is going to attach with the Br. So the remaining structure is like this: PH3P, then single bond here CH2, and here comes double bond plus C6H6 plus LiBr. And in this way, a Wittig reagent is prepared from the phosphine and alkyl halides via the formation of phosphorium salt. Now, one can take here any alkyl or aryl group instead of hydrogen, and then we get a different Wittig reagents. So we know that the phosphorus ylides or Wittig reagent, which is PH3P double bond CH2, that we have taken the simplest example. It is having a resonance structure like this, in which there is a charge separation PH3P positive and there is a negative charge on the carbon. This is the resonance hybrid of this Wittig reagent. The mechanism of Wittig reagent or Wittig reaction we will see in a two-step. Step first. In the step first, what happens? This Wittig reagent is going to react with a carbonyl compound, and it will form a dipolar intermediate called as a betaine. So for that purpose, we have to write the resonance structure of this Wittig reagent, that is PH3P single bond CH2. Here I will write the negative charge, and here I will put a positive charge. Now below this I will write a carbonyl compound that we have taken. Suppose this is the carbonyl compound, carbon, then double bond oxygen, and here on this side the presence of pH, that is this is the benzophenone. But while writing this structure or while writing the mechanism, we have to adjust the structure like this. This is the carbon, and below this the carbon of carbonyl compound should come, and that will facilitate the attack of this negatively charged carbon on this carbon. Now it will form a negative charge on the oxygen, and it is giving a compound like this, or intermediate PH3P positive, then CH2, then here there is a presence of pH, second pH group, and here O minus. Now after looking the structure of this intermediate, it is clear that there are two charges. First one is positive and second one is negative. Therefore, it is a dipolar, and this type of structure is called as a betaine. So, in the first step, by the reaction of Wittig reagent with the carbonyl compound, we get a betaine as a dipolar intermediate. And in the next step, this betaine intermediate undergo cyclization to form a four-membered cyclic ring, and that is called as a oxaphosphetine. So come towards the second step, and in the second step what happens? Step second, cyclization and breaking of oxaphosphetine. So first of all, we will carry out the cyclization. This is a dipolar intermediate, and I will write once again here PH3PH, then oxygen carrying negative charge, phosphorus carrying positive charge. It undergoes cyclization to form this type of four-membered cyclic ring. Here pH, here pH, these are the hydrogen, and there is a bond between oxygen and phosphorus. This phosphorus is attached with the phenyl group. In this way, we get oxaphosphetine. Now, in the oxaphosphetine, This corner indicate the carbons. Now this oxaphosphate undergo cleavage in such a way that it will form a substituted alkene and triphenyl phosphorate. So what happens? This bond is going to break and the electron they are shifted here. Now this bond is also going to break and we get uh, this type of structure, that is carbon is having two hydrogen here, then carbon double bond carbon, and this carbon is attached with the 2 pH, that is phenyl group, plus here we get triphenyl phosphine oxide. In this way we get a substituted alkene and a triphenyl phosphine oxide. So this is the mechanism of Wittig reaction, in which first step is the preparation or formation of a dipolar intermediate butane by the reaction of uh, carbonyl compound and Wittig reagent, and in the second step there is a formation of oxaphosphatane and breaking of this oxaphosphatane to form corresponding substituted alkene and triphenyl phosphine oxide. Now we will see the different examples of Wittig reaction. The ketene, we will take the general structure of the ketene, that is R carbon double bond carbon, then here oxygen, here I will write a second R group, then Wittig reagent, that is triphenyl phosphorate, here I will put R dash, so this is a ketene, and in presence of ether we have to keep in mind that there is a replacement of this oxygen by a CH2 group. So once again I will write the structure of ketene here, but instead of oxygen I will write a CH2 group. This CH2 group came from the Wittig reagent. In this way, a ketene also undergoes a reaction with the Wittig reagent to form corresponding alkenes, and remaining will be the triphenyl phosphine oxide. So not only the carbonyl compound, ketene also undergoes Wittig reaction. Second, nitroso compound. For that purpose, we take general reaction nitroso compound plus once again PH3P double bond CH2, and condition is ether. Just we have to replace this oxygen by CH2 and we get RN double bond CH2 plus triphenyl phosphine oxide. See the stereochemistry of this Wittig reaction, and the stereochemistry of the Wittig reaction depends upon the ylides, and ylide they have two types. Suppose this is the first ylide, that is PH3P double bond CH2, and this is the second ylide PH3P double bond CH COR. These are the two ylides, and if we take the resonating form of these two ylides, then we get a PH3P positive, here CH2 negative, where here we get CH negative COR, and here positive charge on the phosphorus. Now look at the structure of this first ylide and second ylide. The negative charge is not delocalized one, it remains on this carbon, therefore there is a no resonance. Whereas if you take this second form, then this negative charge undergo resonance with this bond, and that's why the second ylide is a stabilized one, and whereas the first ylide is unstabilized one. This stability and instability of the ylide decide the stereochemistry of the product. When there is an unstabilized ylide, then we get the product with a Z configuration, whereas where there is a presence of stabilized ylide, we get the product with E configuration. Suppose pH is there, then it is attached with the CO, and here I will write H plus pH3 P double bond C, here CH3, and here there is a H. In this case, the ylide is unstabilized one. Ylide is unstabilized one. Therefore, we get a Z isomer, and in this Z isomer, we have to write the groups with same priority on the same side, pH and H. So the priority of this group is 1. Here it is second, here it is 1, and here it is second. And that's why this isomer is a Z isomer. Now, let us take the second example in which I will write same compound here H plus pH3P double bond CH COR. There is a only difference at this side. Here there is a CH, CH3. Here there is a CH and COR. Now we get the structure of the product like this. Here a CH, then carbon double bond carbon. But the hydrogen on this side and COR on this side. Here the priority is 1, here is the second, here priority 1, and here the priority is second. In this way, we get E isomer in the stabilized ylide. So from this discussion, it is clear that if the ylide is unstabilized, we get Z isomer, and if the ylide is stabilized one, then we get E isomer. This is the stereochemistry of the product in a Wittig reaction. Then application of Wittig reaction involves preparation of unsaturated acids. So we can prepare beta gamma unsaturated acid. So in this reaction, benzophenone when treated with this Wittig reagent, we get this carboxylate ion, and which is on protonation gives unsaturated acid. The second application is preparation of exocyclic double bond. The exocyclic double bond is nothing but the bond which is attached with the cyclic ring, but outside the cyclic ring, cyclohexanone on treated with the Wittig reagent, it gives exocyclic double bond formation on the cyclic ring. And third application, preparation of vinyl halides. The Wittig reagent, which contains CHCl, is treated with the cyclohexanone, then we observe corresponding vinyl halides. In all these reactions, you can carefully understand that there is a replacement of oxygen by a corresponding either CH, CH2CO ion, or CH2 group, or CHCl. So with this, we will stop here. Thank you.